My name is Henry Tuori. We're here in Paris at my solo exhibition, Chasing Tales. I'm a digital artist and I'm based in New York City. I was born in upstate New York, but I moved to the city 4.5 years ago, and I think it's opened a lot of doors in terms of meeting other artists, mostly, other kind of commercial opportunities as well, to meet people who can do business with. But really, there's a huge community of artists there now that are learning and collaborating and stuff like that, and I think that has been really influential to me in terms of being able to get out there and make connections in the art world. Yeah, it's the place to be for me. I don't know how I could have done it or do anything if I wasn't living there currently, so I'm very appreciative of everything there and all the people I know and have met and whatnot. So through Instagram, like networking, I worked with a whole bunch of people, mostly music artists, a lot of hip-hop artists, worked with Icy Twat, worked with Mo Beretta, working with Osamason now. And I think that has pushed me to be able to design for other people as well, because this stuff is all just my personal artwork, very self-driven, but being able to work with other people, it helps communicate, which then will reflect back on my artwork because I can communicate better. When you're working, I think it's more design when I'm working for somebody else and this is artwork, but having those design skills and the communication skills to work with somebody else's vision and follow through with what they need, as well as, having my own style involved, I think is really good skills. And I've enjoyed all of that work. And yeah, but mostly it's been with music artists doing creative direction and covers and graphics and stuff like that. It's all over the place, really. I think you can go through. Don't worry about it. Thank you. I think in terms of the artwork stuff, I really am very influenced by kind of the old masters, Renaissance era stuff, where it was really integral to the art to be a master of one's crafts. And I think with this new, my other friends who do digital art and stuff as well, there hasn't been enough time for it to be stripped down the way kind of contemporary art is. It's still, there's so much learning and it's so much about artist to artist experimenting and sharing ideas and stuff. It's very, it requires one to be a master of the craft to keep moving stuff forward. So I think in terms of that, I look to Bosch and Botticelli and these people that really refined their specific styles in painting and have an entire legacy based on their styles of painting and whatnot. In terms of design, it's more kind of what I look up to in life, music artists, other music artists, rock stars, fashion, stuff like that. And then it kind of all coalesces into the artwork. Yeah. I really am not a fan. I'm really not a fan, and I don't utilize it, although I understand that it's an inevitable thing. Wow. What's up, bro? How are you? Good to see you. I'll be done in a sec. We'll chop it up. I'm not a fan. I don't utilize it. I understand that it's inevitable, and I don't necessarily judge people for it's not worth feeling upset about it, but I personally think that is an overall negative towards most creative industries. I think artists that utilize it as a crutch, I think, is weak, to be completely honest. And I think mostly it's utilized on the commercial side in terms of replacing artists, like movie studios. I'm sure you see all the special effects guys just replaced, way less money. And I think overall, whatever benefits from speeding up some type of brainstorming process are kind of overwritten by the downsides of it. Although, I use AI for writing stuff with school, obviously. It's everybody's going to do it. But I really am not interested in mixing that with art. I think it's kind of counterintuitive to being able to express real things that is what art is for. So overall, but I'm so in the infancy of what I believe to be my career that I can't even put a finger on something that I think has really brought me anywhere, because I'm still getting. I think this is a big step to be overseas, and great reception here. A lot of young people come out here, a lot of older people as well, interested in art and spending a lot of time to look at each piece individually and coming back. And I think I'm very grateful for everybody who showed love here. I think this could be a big turning point. making sales and stuff. It's super cool. So I'd say this probably as of now. So we'll see what happens next. In terms of other visual artists, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of a lone wolf in that way. I'm trying to think. You know, I'm really more interested in people who work in different mediums, maybe besides strictly art. Like I like working with the musicians. I like working with music artists. I like and some fashion stuff. I'd like to try more of that. Obviously, work with my friend Bazo. We did the bracelets. Shout out to him. Gave me the belt as well. So me and him have some stuff planned for next spring. So stay tuned for that. And maybe, you know, if other designers as well wanted to reach out and have some type of collaborative work, like I'd be super into that. In terms of other like visual artists, not really sure. Like I work with my friends GK and Stan all the time. We have a little collective called Black Orchid, doing all of Osama's creative stuff, and they're great. Love to collaborate with them. But outside of that, I'm not sure that I really want to be working with a lot of people, not for any negative reason, but I just have a very specific workflow that is kind of solitary in some ways, and I enjoy how it is right now. So specifically with these types of works, the digital tapestry stuff that is very texture-based. It's like you can think of it like a painting, how you would sketch in shapes and then refine. And it's very similar where I'll start to build these compositions and then refine it with all the textures and different styles and stuff. But I mean, it's kind of a standard thing. Like you have an idea, you start to sketch stuff, you start to refine, throw all types of stuff out, doesn't work, keep going. But there's really no way to speed it up or to skip any steps. And I've thought, you know, with digital work, I hope sometimes like I'm running out of time, I need to do it quicker, Like there's no way. Like you have to sit down, you gotta be on the computer, you gotta just do the work. So it's kind of it's a straightforward creative process, really. I mean, I might have different style or very specific technical workflow than other people, but other than that, it's like you learn, like art it's kind of universal, right? It's like, you know, everybody's processes are similar in specific, you know, certain ways or more general ways. So, yeah. Cool, yeah. So, well, with my personal projects, I mean, these, I had a deadline to be here. So I definitely was like kind of pedal to metal on it. But what I'm able to do with personal projects is like take as much time as I want. And with the internet and the necessity of sharing stuff on social media, there's a lot of pressure to get like content out and get stuff out quickly. But I mean, these pieces benefit from the amount of time it would take to, you know, make a like kind of large scale painting where there's a lot of detail and stuff. Like it could take me months. Like some of the original ones took me months. Some of these ones here took me months. And that's something that I can only really do when I'm working on my own stuff. When I'm working for a client project or for somebody else's creative project, like, you know, people hit me up like 1 week from now, need this. So, but you know, that's fun too, because I think everybody benefits a little bit from being like down to the wire. It's like there's no room for error. You just have to do it. And when it's done, it's like this huge weight off your back. I like both. They're different. I would say the client work is more streamlined and more, it's also more communicative because I'm like, you know, sending work in progress stuff back and forth with I'll send him ideas, send each other references. He's a really smart dude, sends me all types of cool imagery and stuff, and we kind of go from there. So I do enjoy that aspect of it, that it's more collaborative. And I'm working on my own stuff. Like, I mean, I send stuff to my friends to be like, what do you think? What do you think? But also they're judging something that they're not involved in, so I don't always get feedback that's super like pertinent to what I'm looking to hear. Whereas with a client project, it is very collaborative. Like, so I do enjoy both. Cool. Just go in there and do it. Like, get the software, figure out what you're interested in, and then like put the time in. There's no way to skip steps. And I think on the computer, you're like, oh, how can I do it quicker? Or how can I streamline it? Like, don't use AI. Like, learn it, figure it out, put it out, stay up all night on your computer. Like, it's the only way to do it. There's no way to skip any steps. And like, I've put in so many hours, and my friends who I work with, creative friends who are out here, put in so many hours and just love it. Like, you have to love it or there's no point, you know. It's got to be a hobby and a job and like the love of your life, or it's not even worth it. So that's what I'd say. Also, like, always message people back. If anybody has like creative questions or something, like feel free to reach out to me. I check stuff all the time. And always happy to dialogue about Photoshop and art and whatnot. So, yeah. That's a good question. Actually, I don't know. I feel like I've followed my own advice, which is like just kind of put in the work and like don't cut corners. So.
How do you think that 16-year-old Henry would feel about 22-year-old Henry right now?
Oh, I would be quite pleased with myself. I mean, we're out here in another country, and it's like people are here and interested in showing up, and I've had great dialogue with people about my work, and besides that, just like life and art and stuff, and it's been really fun to be here. And all of my creative friends are here. Like people I see usually once a year, they're all here right now. We've been hanging out and stuff, so I'm very happy. I think this is very successful, and very grateful for everybody who showed up and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm also interested in like fashion design and turning towards that, but right now, I mean, really just starting to get some of the resources to be able to experiment with that and push it. So I have these shirts now in the collaboration with Bazo bracelets. People always ask me about like, oh, you could get this actually embroidered. Like, would you want to get this actually embroidered? And standardly the answer is like, no, because specifically like the technique of the faux embroidery is what I'm, really experimenting with and working on, and what people are interested in seeing. So to like translate it to something else that has already been done, it wouldn't speak as a signature of me. And I'm interested in like kind of doing both. Like there could be some printed stuff with some other, but in general, I'm interested in like pushing what I have been kind of refining rather than like pivoting. I mean, specifically with this show, I'm using the same like digital tapestry technique stuff. I expanded the materials a lot. So like scanning different, there's sequins, there's leather, there's snakeskin, all this stuff that I hadn't really experimented with until this, like, working on the pieces for this show. So there is like room to expand with that. And of course, like I want to keep, it's not always going to look the way it looks now. Like it's going to keep going and look drastically different. And at some point, this will be like the early works, you know what I mean? But as of right now, I don't really have a great answer of specific things I'd like to do besides just like refine, experiment, see what's next.
If you could design a piece of furniture,
Yeah.
give me a summary.
I'd do a couch with a really intricate, like mahogany wood back, kind of sculptural, some like
Animal or
gargoyle heads. I think so. There'd be some animals involved, and then get this with print on the cushion, right? Like
textile?
some type of linen, I think, for the lining, with some cool prints.
That's my only question.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Fantastic.
Wait, you want to speak to it? Oh, man. Great. And, snack mix.